This is part 2 of Humble Thee. Please check out part 1, where we're going to walk you through this process of understanding, humbling that God does before He exalts His servant. He's going to take you through a process, a curation. So we're going to talk about that. You have to go through the humbling, suffering, in order to also break generational curses. He says in Deuteronomy 8:16, who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which your fathers knew not, that he might humble you and he might prove you to do good to you at the latter end. So let's break this down. In the wilderness, and your humbling and your breaking and your suffering, when he's giving you the day by day manna, your fathers, your generation, your family is dysfunctional. Your family is dysfunctional on both sides. They don't know God, never knew God. It says they didn't know this level of God. So in order to break these generational cycles and curses, God's got to take you through this process, got to take you through suffering and humbling to break all that generational stuff off. You wonder why your family turned on you and they think they turned on you. No, God separates you. God is isolating and separating you for exaltation, but he got to get rid of the generational curses that they continue to operate in. So then there is this careful formation that God does. 2 Samuel 22:36, thou hast given me the shield of thy salvation. As you go through this process, he will shield you. He will give you a place of refuge. And even though it's difficult, it's challenging, it's overwhelming at times, it's a gentleness to it. It's a tranquility to it. It's a calm to it. It's a peace in the middle of the storm. And then he makes you great. 2 Chronicles 6:26. When the heaven is shut up, there is no rain, because they have sinned against thee. Yet if they pray toward this place and confess thy name and turn from their sin, then the affliction will stop. So part of this humbling process is a cleansing process so that you can get clarity on God's ways. Psalms 119:71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn God's statutes, his commands, his way, his will, and so that you can walk in that in the promised land. So don't get offended at the process. Psalms 119:75. I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou art in faithfulness have afflicted me. The afflictions, the suffering, the humility, the process, it's from God to get you to where he needs to get you to be. So after you have done crying and complaining about it and making videos and posting them on social media, I'm pointing to myself, looking in the mirror. After you get past doing all that, then you got to get to a place where you can just suffer in silence. Just suffer in silence. You ain't got to tell everybody. You ain't got to post no videos. Understand this is God. This is a curation process. And so Isaiah 53:7 says, he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. Shh. He suffered in silence. He is brought as a lamb to slaughter, and as a sheep before the shearer is dumb. So he opened not his mouth. You got to play dumb sometimes when you're in the middle of the situation, circumstance, because people will ask you like crazy questions, like, where you going to sleep today? Now they know you homeless, and they're asking you, who's homeless, where you going to sleep today? Sometimes you just got to play dumb. I want to come see where you at. I want to come see you. Why do you want to come see a train wreck? Isaiah 58:10. And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness will be as the noonday. God will take your dark situation and light it up like it's high noon. You'll go from darkness to an amazing light. Isaiah 58, 6-12. This is not this is the fast that I have chosen. This is the fast I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free. Then the light breaks forth as the morning. Once you've gone through the process and then you understand that you've been exalted to help those who are still oppressed, those who are hungry, those who are poor, those who are naked, then the light breaks forth as the morning, and health shall spring forth speedily. You will recover your health, your wealth, just like Job did. You will recover and spring forth speedily, and your righteousness shall go before thee, and the glory of the Lord shall be your reward and your rearward. God will go before you and cover you in the back place. And so, continuing Isaiah 58:9, then shalt thou call, and the Lord will answer, and you will cry, and he will say, here I am. If thou take away from the midst the yoke. He's breaking these generational curses and yokes, and he's moving you forward away from your family generational curses and yokes. He's moving you past these groups. He's putting the finger and speaking. He's putting you away from the vanity. That's what he says, the putting forth of the finger and speaking vanity. And he draws you out the soul to the hungry and satisfies the afflicted soul. Then shall the light rise from obscurity, from the darkness, as the noonday. And the Lord will guide you continually at that point. Your paths are lit, and you're walking in prosperity, and he satisfies your soul from the drought that you were in and makes your bones fat, and you shall be like a watered garden, full of fruits, full of prosperity, reproduction, producing fruits in the natural, in the spiritual. And like a spring of water, those waters won't fail. God will get you to a place of running streams, waters, overflow that you didn't have to manifest. So, as we wrap this up, after you have been humbled thee, gone through the affliction of Anna and the accusation, God will bring you out of that and then present you before men. Zephaniah 3:19, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that haileth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them the praise and the fame in every land where they are put to shame. Everywhere that you've been put to shame, where they talked about you, put you down, pointed at you, counted you out, told you your life is over, you should just quit, you should give up, y'all should separate, divorce, all that stuff. God's going to turn all these people's talk into shame. So be encouraged in your process. This is the Disciples League. I hope you enjoy your coffee today. God bless.
Breathe so breezy, oh how da breezy. Understood, God is good, chill more. God show some things be easy.